Hey guys, happy April. It is that time again, time for another monthly reading. So if you follow my channel, thank you very much, then you know that it's time for an April reading, and I'm a little bit late, but hopefully worth the wait. So before we jump into the reading, which will be hands only, you know how we roll on this channel so far. I can feel my guides just breathing down on my neck to really change that, but baby steps. But that being said, before we jump in, I just want to remind you, if you don't remember what the theme has been for the past few months, I'd say especially February and March, it has been integration, integration, integration. So if you're having a lot of upheaval in your life, please remember that the guides have been talking about this for quite a few months, to be exact, on my channel at least, since October 2023. Remember what they said? They said, hey, be ready, be in position. Why? So that you can be of assistance to those in their life or in your life who may need the assistance. And when I talk about being in position to help others, that means just being in a space energetically where you can, I guess, help the energy fields of others to integrate whatever's going on in their life. And when it comes to how you show up in the physical 3D, in a way that the conscious mind can perceive of, being there to be able to offer them some type of information if needed. That could simply be about, hey, have you asked your angels? Hey, have you taken time to meditate? Hey, how's your spiritual hygiene going on right now? Hey, are you hydrating? Hey, are you taking time for yourself? Right? The whole point of being ready, as the guides have been talking about for months, for you, the viewer, was so that you can be ready for the upheaval of energies, lower frequency energies that will, of course, be coming up and bubbling up to the surface as these higher frequency energies come in. We just had an eclipse. I'm just putting it out there. You know, your girl doesn't really do a lot with the eclipses, and I just dabble a little bit with the moon stuff, but it's really just reading the energies. And I'm not an astro person, but I do like to follow it for myself. So, if you watch this channel, you understand that you get energetically affected by what's going on. And as these frequencies are coming in, guess what happens? Your lower frequencies come up. Now, if you're a real G, then you understand when these emotions come up, when these body aches come up, when these questions come up, when these, old memories, and dare I say it, when the exes start coming out the woodwork, when people you haven't seen in years start coming out the woodwork. This is because the energies are coming up. Do not pay attention to the form. Form, people, place, thing, situation, idea. I know you're thinking nouns. Yeah, that too. But people, places, things, situations, ideas, those are forms. Those are just the shape that energy frequencies take. So if, for example, during this time, Mercury retrograde, you have an X, for example, coming up, then just remember, this is not, or you're dreaming about them. This doesn't mean, oh, let me get back in touch with this person. I saw a bird fly by and I think it looked at me. I saw 1111. I must get with this person. That's not what that means. That is just showing you just physical law. What happens in the physical is a reflection of what's going on the inside. It's you who's going to interpret it a certain way. So when you start hearing about those exes who are exes for a reason, it's very important to just think, oh, I'm thinking about Rodney again. Shout out Rodney. I don't know who Rodney is, but God bless you. I don't know. Then that means switch, disconnect from the form, from the person, from the place, from the situation, from the idea, from the whatever the manifestation is in the physical, and look at the energy. What was I going through? What was the energy like when that person was in my life? That is still unhealed, it's still unintegrated, and it's coming up. And so now they're just arriving, whether it's by a phone call, whether it's through a dream, whether it's, you keep seeing people named Rodney and now you're thinking things. That's just showing up as a nice tap on the shoulder. And if you're a real G, you'll understand, oh, thank you. It's an invitation to inquiry. It's my chance to now take a moment and reflect on what's going on within me. At the end of the day, whether you're aware of this at the conscious level or not, you are only ever integrating parts of yourself. Okay, you're only ever dating yourself. So, if you think that you're dating different people and, oh, this one's got a job and that, yeah, you're just dating yourself. So I would always ask, what aspect of yourself are you dating? Are you dating the aspect of yourself that is manifesting in a person that is reflecting back the love you feel for yourself? Or are you dating the form, the manifestation of your own self-denial, your own self-doubt? So that's what this is all about. So right now, we've got another eclipse coming up where we just started a what is it, Mercury retrograde, right? And don't forget these moons hanging around. When these moons come, if you have a lot of water in you, by the way, just saying, I feel your pain. When these moons come by, emotions start to come up. So keep an eye out for that. So at the end of the day, you're not dying. Yes, some of you may be having major upheavals in your life, like job changes, falling out with family, reconnections with people, all sorts of stuff. But always remember, at the end of the day, it's just reflecting the shift of energy within you. Of course, you can come see me and my team. They're around here somewhere. They're probably like watching you dead in your face right now and me, and we can't see them, but we're all here to assist you. But as always, as you know, we're big on this channel, personal sovereignty. I'm not trying to put myself out of business, but the same when I was teaching in the classroom, the whole point is, listen, I'm here to teach you. So if you learn and you get better than me, you don't need me, that's great. So as now the healer here, I'm going to tell you, you can do all of this stuff for yourself. If you get to a point where you can sit, you can get quiet enough, you can connect drama-free, you will start to see a lot of the stuff that you will be able to move, shift, timeline jump. You're always doing it, but you'll become more aware of it. All of that stuff you can do. So as much as, you can always come to your girl, God bless, we'll always take care of you. You know where to find me on my Etsy channel. And I'll run the spiel once we get into the reading. You know how it goes if you watch this channel. You can always find me, and I'll always offer you whatever it is that you need. But always remember, it starts with you and your inner authority, your higher self. Everything else is outside of you, including me, including that book you picked up, including that service you went to, including all these family members, all these friends. They're outside of you. I don't care what their name is, what their denomination is, what their education is. They're outside of you. And so you always go within first. And then when you go and you connect with other people to receive assistance, nobody's healing you. What we're doing is creating the conditions in the energetic field for you, your higher self, to come through. And of course, our team of technicians and such to come through and support you in getting that done for yourself. So please, please, please remember, we're big on taking back your sovereignty, but also remember, as you've been knowing, and if you haven't checked out the February monthly reading, please go check it out. The guides came through, they were like, boom, 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 very, very clear, very, very clear about this stuff. But also remember, the flip side of being a sovereign being and being in control is personal responsibility, taking responsibility. When you're vibing low and you're really in that mainstream idea of things and you're kind of unconscious, you're kind of following everybody, you're going to see things outside of you as being responsible for your life, and for this person did that, and that's why I'm not here, and this and that. But the higher up you go in your own transformation, your own evolution, aka your own integration of energies within yourself, you start to see more of the picture. And so whereas before you were just seeing this, as I was telling a lovely client recently, shout out, when you used to be seeing this, ow, 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 I keep getting hit. When you start to zoom out and you start to look at things, you see, oh, it's my own hand, right? So it's by your own hand in many ways that you are experiencing certain things in your reality. And at this point, wherever you find yourself along that spectrum of locating things outside of you and then taking ownership of yourself, it's a long spectrum, by the way. It takes lifetimes to kind of move through that. Wherever you are, you're exactly where you need to be, and just make sure that, oh yeah, thanks. You're hydrating. Oh, I always forget to say hydrate before we get into my sessions, because, well, this is a session, because even when I do the channeled readings, always remember that you're in the field. And so when we're in the field together, it's energy work. Even though you see me flipping cards, if you follow me, you know we don't need cards. I can actually just do this reading right now, but I do prefer a little bit to be off camera sometimes, and that's just how we're going to roll. I like to make sure I'm more in the zone, or as much as in the zone as I can be, without having to think about who's watching what hair out of place. So that's just me. I'll work on that. But For the most part, make sure you bring your water and make sure that you, what else? Oh yeah, relax. And feel free to invite your higher self. Your higher self is you already there, your angels and guides. And anything else we need to mention before? Ooh, message coming through, guys. There, messages coming through. Stay focused on your business. Now, how that hit some of you, look at us getting into the reading. Okay, how that hit some of you. Of course, some of you may have heard business in terms of finance and commerce. Some of you may have heard business and it just hit you and you're like, oh, oops, I've been talking about other people or I've been over focusing on other people. However that lands for you, go ahead and take an idea of what it means to you at this moment. Of course, go in anything you get from outside of you, including this channel. Please always run it through yourself and make sure that you are looking to see how it feels on you. Does that sound like it relates to me? And if not, as we like to say on this channel, just go ahead and boop, back pocket it, because chances are it totally is relating to you. But maybe you can't notice it yet because it hasn't manifested yet in your physical environment enough for you to take notes. So please make sure that you are yeah, taking things in, feeling into it, and back pocketing what doesn't resonate for later. And then coming back, okay? Speaking of the February and March readings, go ahead and take a look because it's about integration. What else? Yeah, so minding your own business. You guys know we're in the midst of a lot. If you are somebody who is constantly plugged into mainstream media, and I'm not just talking about streaming, I'm talking about the news, and you understand, yes, that is your choice, and everything is your choice, whether or not you will see that as yet. The question is, what level of your field is that choice coming from? And that's why shadow work is important. You know where to find me for shadow work. But if you are consistently plugging into things outside of you, always remember when you're plugging in, what are you getting? Is it a constant fix for shock? Are you constantly getting a fix of energy that allows you to be in the victim space? Like, oh, this is so happening to me, or this group, which I belong to, or just whatever. Is it constantly plugging into other people's business? If you're kind of like me, I don't like drama. Always remember that. If you know me, you know I don't like drama in my life. But I'll take some sips of tea with you about something else. But I also understand that as I'm listening, that is not my business and it has nothing to do with me. Just because you are occupying the same physical space does not mean you're living the same reality as the next person. Always remember that. And that's one of the tricks that, get people all the time. They see something, they hear something, and they think, oh, that person blah, 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 it happened to them. I'm involved now. Always remember, you are not involved. You are not involved. And so how you hear that is going to hit you differently depending upon where you are in your journey. And when I talk about your journey, I mean your understanding about energy and about your energy field and about how your internal state quite literally arranges matter to take form in your life. And I'm not going to get too much into that right now because I want to get off camera and get to the reading, because when these messages come through, they're coming through for me as well. But anything else before we jump in? Oh, you know what? Let me see if we need to do a quick energy. Yeah, okay. So go ahead and take a sip of water. You can take a pause and go grab your water. And we'll just do a quick energetic cleanse. Oh, immediately I said that I'm in your field. Immediately I'm feeling it's always the throat chakra. Guys, what are we doing out here? And I know that because it's always my throat chakra too. But let's come back. Maybe you paused and you are already back. So let's get started. I'll do a quick energy clearing. It's for everybody. Of course, if you don't want it, stay on the call. Just, think I don't want it and just hang out, take a look. You're the one in charge. If you don't want it, it's not going to come through. But always remember that any energies that I bring through, I set the intention for it to have only the most optimal effect for you. When I talk about optimal, it's a beautiful space to be because it's just detached enough from a specific form for you to indicate to the universe or your higher self or all that is, which is all just you, but anyway, that all that is that you want the best of the best for you, has nothing to do with anybody else. For you, and on top of that, you're disconnected from how you want that to show up. So always remember, you think you're living the same reality, you're not living the same reality as the people in your life. You're shifting in and out of versions. So you're going to have a different version of me by the end of this session than the version of me that you connected with at the start of this. So just so you know, again, you don't need to understand that at this moment if you don't. I know some of you do. Anyway, so let's go ahead and do a quick clearing. Just going to let you guys know what I'm feeling into your field as well. So in the field, I'm feeling a lot in the throat chakra, or heading straight to the throat chakra, a lot of father issues for some of you. I see a lot of, I don't know. Oh, my heart just skipped a beat very quickly as I was going to say this, but I don't think it's related to what I'm about to say. I don't know how to, I'm just going to say the translation. I heard Jewish tomes, Tomes, M as in Mickey, yeah, Jewish tomes. So tomes are these books, right? So if that's for you, you're going to know what that is, but all of these things are in the throat. So what we're going to be doing is we're just going to be clearing the energy field. Guys, remember that don't ever get into fear about anything that's being removed from your field. You cannot remove love because love is all there is. That's the natural state. It's the obstructions, which is fear, the distortion of love because you can no longer see because of the programming, which is what we try to get rid of on this channel. That's all we're doing. We're removing that. So I'm not saying that this Jewish tomes thing is an obstruction. I'm letting you guys know as I clear the energies that in somebody here, at least one of you, I'm getting something there. I also got some father issues for somebody else. I'm seeing some nose stuff. So somebody here, at least one person, I have to be honest, it feels very drug related, and you are being asked to, yeah, step out of that. Okay. Okay. So, all right, what's next? Hold on. So we're going to call in Archangel Michael, which is an energy form that is not religious. None of this is religious. It's energetic. It's translated and interpreted and packaged as religion on this planet for many reasons, but these are energies that are here that we can all call on. It doesn't matter who you are to serve a function. So I'm calling on the aspect of God that are all that is, the creator that can clear the field. Okay, so some of you may be feeling, I love this energy, you may actually be hearing something if you're clairaudient. It feels like a, I didn't do the noise, but it's like a tone kind of sound, but it's coming through as a gold energy. So some of you may be seeing a gold energy as you would see on a brass looking instrument. I know that isn't brass and gold, but yet you get it. That's the tonality. So there's a tone rushing through us right now. So we're just going to receive it. All right. Oh, good. Thank you. All right. So as this energy is being cleared off, thank you so much. Thank you. Always thank your team members and our angels and guides that come through. You do not need to believe in them, just like you don't need to believe in certain microorganisms that are hanging out in your field. You don't need in your body. You don't need to believe in it to receive the benefit from it. And so right now they're just going to go in and do some clearing in the I'm hearing for some of you it's the heart space, for some of you it's in the cranial area around the ear as well, but we're just going to go in and clear some stuff out. Some of you are having some misinterpretations. For somebody it's about a car, something about a misinterpretation. I would get a second opinion on that, or a quote, or somebody told you about your car and you need to get a second opinion because it might not necessarily pan out that way. So see all these details, these are the things that just accumulate in your field. So we're clearing these out right now. I'm getting music being cleared out as well. Some of you are being asked to clean up the music you're listening to. Some of the music that you're listening to, yeah, we love a good bop. I'm there with you. I'm there with you 100%. Don't get it twisted. Just because I'm talking about this stuff does not mean I'm not bopping along with you. However, understand the frequency of this music. It's music. It's got frequency. It will pull you down or it can elevate you. That's just how it is. It's sound. Okay. So be mindful of that. For somebody here, you're working with some type of, oh, the rain. Thank you. I love rain. For somebody here, do I need to shout? For somebody here, you're working with some type of practitioner. I think for lack of a better word, this person might be, for lack of a better word, I want to say guru, I don't know. But you're working with them, maybe you're doing meditation or mantra or something like that. I'm not necessarily getting a good feeling about this person. If that's you and you know who you like, not if you're the practitioner, if you're working with this person, you're like, I'm getting a name for somebody. Maybe your name starts with a C, or the practitioner's name starts with a C or the K sound. It doesn't necessarily have to be the case, but if that's you, I would invite you to reach out to me. You don't have to, or you can sit and meditate, ask your angels and guides, look left and right and be like, hey guys, what's going on? They'll find, and then let it go. And then they will drop the answer in later. That's something we all could be doing. You don't always have to reach out to somebody right away. Again, not trying to put myself out of business. You're always welcome here, and we do get down in our personal sessions. But yeah, so they're asking you to mind mind this relationship that you're dealing with, whoever that practitioner is or guru, or for somebody here, if it's a C name or something. I'm gonna keep it at 100. I heard the name Chris. I'm not saying that is the exact name, because remember that I'm talking to more than one person, and I'm feeling different energies of those who could potentially come into the field. And then also I'm getting messages dropped in from your team, shout out from your team. So yeah, so be mindful right now, guys. This is not the time to just allow anybody into your field. Always remember, again, depending on how far along or wherever you are in your personal journey and understanding about energy and who you are and what your capabilities are, you may not believe me when I say this, and that's fine, because I'm not here to garner beliefs or anything like that, but you allow energy in. You allow energy in. That's the agency, that's the sovereignty, that's the autonomy. You're allowing it in. You may be like, but Jay, you're saying I would allow this, or I would. Yes, you would. Maybe not at this conscious mind level because of what you've made it mean. Maybe you don't want to be associated with those things. Maybe you've seen other people, whatever your opinions are. But you can go into any friendly local therapist office and they will shred your stories right away. They don't have to read your field. And they'll show you, oh, well, actually, this is what you're saying, and I'm saying, blah, blah, blah. And then even when they run it back to you, you're like, oh, I guess that's true. So imagine what your friendly local readers are doing when they're literally looking into your field and seeing these structures and able to reflect that back to you. So please be mindful when I say that. Be mindful about who and what you're allowing into your field. And it doesn't just mean people. Like that could be friends, family, co-workers, whatever you want. It's media, the news, it's that video you're scrolling through, all that stuff you're watching. Be mindful, things that you're eating, what's the vibration of the food that you're eating. If you know me and you follow my channel, thank you. I'm a Taurus moon, I love to get down. Enneagram 7, I love to get down with food. So yeah, just bless the food and keep it pushing. A quick story. The other day I went to make some lamb, God bless, and my guides were like, and I was like, yes. And they were like, make sure that you thank the, they were like, thank the food. And they were like, tell the meat, thank you. And I miss the energy, because it's the fragments, the energetic fragments are still in the dead meat, God bless, right? I tell the energies that I miss it and thank it and bring it home. It's time to come home now. Where's home? You, me, all of us, we are home. We literally each carry within us the spark of the divine. So when you're calling back these energies, you're calling back into integration, these energies, and then you've blessed your food and you can eat the food and you're not consuming the fear from the animal, God bless, that passed and was stuck in the food, or the fear and the stress of the people who worked all along the production line to bring that food to your table. So remember, we live in an energy world, and there's a lot that you can do to really get yourself into a better state of mind. Now, I'm wondering, why are we spending so long on this? It's about already half past, but the reason why they're just saying is because a lot of us are integrating right now, which we know, and in case you're unclear about what integration is, it means just finding healing and allowing the healing that you go, which is only at the mental level. As much as we do things, in the energy field and all of that, it's to help you make the decision for healing. That's another thing we'll talk about at a later time. But when you resolve the internal conflict that has led to the fracturing of self or aspects of you, whether you want to call some of them past lifetime aspects, which they are, or trauma aspects or parts of you that have broken off and now they're no longer even in your field. You have to get a shaman to bring it back from time across time and space, right? In soul retrieval, whatever it is, when these energies are ready to get back into fold with you, this is what we call integration. And as the energies are coming into the field and you're having this healing process, it can produce some side effects, aches and pains, confusion, nostalgia, memories, what else? Emotional upset. Some of you get ascension symptoms, you may get rashes, all sorts of stuff. You may act rashly. So there's a lot going on. And so a lot of you are actually going through some upheavals right now, which we knew, guides talked about it. And some of you may not be, but you may know people who are experiencing in their 3D world manifestations of this shift inside. And that manifestation may be coming through, like I said, as health disturbances or emotional disturbances. Trouble sleeping is another thing. Some of you may be having rashes. I'm seeing somebody having issues with their fingernails. That's very specific. That's for somebody's having vision problems in their eye. It feels very much localized over the right eye. I'm getting some problems with the nose area. For somebody here, it's time to take care of a deviated septum. Also, again, that they gave a little bit of a wink that no one saw, but I saw, a little bit of a wink to the person who may be, doing some recreational stuff that's affecting the nose area. Please understand that that's visible in the energy field. I'm not judging. I'm just putting that out there. We're talking about healing the energetic field. And of course, it's going to manifest as things in the physical field as well. Now, you may have clearing up in the physical field of stuff, in the physical field meaning the body, but there are certain things that will last in your energetic field, sometimes for decades. Sometimes anesthesia, for example, just from a surgical procedure can still be viewed in your energy field decades later. So just being mindful. And of course, listen, I want my anesthesia anytime, knock me out for that one wisdom tooth, right? I'm sorry, but please remember just proper self-care. And this is all a part of it. But yeah, so what else were we getting? Yeah, some of you are having bills popping up out of nowhere. You're like, what? That was 4 years ago. You want how much money for what? That's my baby's mama's exes, cousins, nephews, situation. I let them use the car for a second. Yeah, it's coming back. It's coming back. Mercury retrograde. What are we doing? But some things are coming back. So some of you, they're saying there's a little bit of a lesson there. Look at my hand. There's a little bit of a lesson for somebody there. Not everybody, but somebody there with a 4, whether it's 4 months ago or for something with bills. That's money that was coming up, that pops up out of nowhere that you owe. So of course, I always say, ask your guides for assistance. Anything else before we jump in? I'm seeing some issues with the wrist for somebody who rides a motorcycle. You've got something going on in the wrist area. So that for you is what they're saying is very easy. Just go ahead and take some rest on that wrist. But the reason why they shouted you out in particular, the motorcycle person who's having a wrist issue, is because that's interesting. Oh, look, PR. They're like, come see me, me. They shouted you out in particular, and they're saying it'll go away, just rest. But they're shouting you out in particular because you need that's a sign to you to get started on something. And if they're sending you to me, it's mission work. you guys know. So hi, and you know where I am, Etsy. But anything else before we move in? I'm getting a little bit of a headache area here, around here. So some of you, I'm just going to say, it almost feels like you're going to get a flash of lightning almost. I'm not saying anyone's going to get struck by lightning. If anyone does, I did not. I didn't prophesy that, or I didn't put that out there, but I just saw like if outside there's lightning flash, and I know that we probably just saw a little bit here because we had a flash rain, but there's like just like that. It's like boom, and it's like across the eyes like a horizon. Now, let me feel into what that is. That's like a scan. So maybe that's also if you going in for medical stuff and like you're getting something scanned. It doesn't have to be, but I'm just explaining what it feels like just so everybody can get what they need from that. But I'm not sure why they're bringing that up. Oh, thanks. It's going to change your constitution. So there's a little bit of a something there, however that manifests for you, because we're reading the energy right now, and these things manifest differently for details in terms of your life. That sentence was weirdly said, but you understand. But they're saying whatever is related to that flash, and I don't know if it's an energetic flash because we have flashes going off all in energetics all the time, but it's going to change your constitution, energetic stuff. All right, so um, anyway, I'm gonna move on because I want to. It's already 40 something minutes, and I do want to get at least see what the cards are saying, and maybe they're just gonna repeat what's already coming through. But yeah, they're reminding us water, 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 and also I want to say armor up. When I say armor up, it's spiritual hygiene. You wouldn't walk outside in cold weather without a jacket or in the rain without a jacket, although some of us would, and whatever. But you just work with me on this, right? You wouldn't walk outside in inclement weather without a jacket. And by the same token, you wouldn't just walk out in, you won't just think your cute little jacket is just going to protect you energetically from stuff that's going on. What are we doing? Right. And so the point is good energetic hygiene. Good spiritual hygiene includes staying hydrated. And weirdly, they always put this in. And if you know me, I'm working around the clock. So sorry if I'm late with certain things, guys. I'm trying. But yeah, rest, adequate rest. What's that? What is this thing, this rest you speak of? Let me know so I can translate. But rest, 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 rest. Hydration, rest, being mindful and observing what energy is popping up for you. Look at how you're feeling, your emotions shift throughout the day. Where is that coming from? What possibly triggered that? And, which part of you? How old are you? Sometimes when I'm dealing with a client, God bless, I'm seeing them shift different ages right in front of me in a conversation in 5 minutes. That's because we're shifting into these different parts of us. This is why we talk about integration, right? You want to see people get young again? 5 years old, 8 years old, 9 years old, be a coworker with them and both of you get called into the office and see how old both of you get. No one's out here in their 30s and 40s anymore. They're now 6 and 8. So just being mindful about those things. Shadow work is another big thing that we should be looking at. This is basically shadow work is just looking at the parts of you that you don't want to look at. It's literally because we don't want to look at something that we create this false sense of separation. But when we agree, oh, I'll look at it no matter what, because I love and accept myself, oh, there's the integration. Oh, there's the integration. Okay. Anyway, yeah, let's jump into the reading. Okay. All right. I will see you in a few minutes. Well, I guess in 1 second by the time I edit this. Mwah.